Hello guys and welcome back to McCallum Productions. Before we get this video underway, we're so close to hitting 1000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could hit that big red subscribe button, turn notifications on and enjoy the video.
Hi guys, welcome back. We've got a second episode here with Glasgow band Kardo. How you doing guys?
Doing good, yeah, how are you?
Good, thanks, yeah. So we've got Kardo, which is James, Sam, Ollie and Courtney. From Barhead, just outside of Glasgow. So just to start off guys, if you want to talk about how you got into music and your influences.
So basically, like sort of growing up early years, I always like singing and stuff like that, but no, it wasn't very musical in terms of guitar and like that, and then picked up guitar as I went into high school, and then did a couple of talent show competitions and stuff like that in school, and then it just sort of grew on, and Sam offered me like come up and record some music in his studio, so that's how we sort of started off.
So you're saying, Sam, you got your own studio, Sam?
Yeah, my dad really was kind of like the person that got me in music. He was in a band when he was 20 to 30 called Vega, and they were mildly successful in Glasgow and stuff like that, and he was always recording stuff in the house and playing piano and guitar and all that sorts of stuff when I was wee, so I kind of backlashed off of him, and he kind of over the years developed this kind of turned the garage into a studio recording thing with different musical instruments and all that, and it's developed into this recording studio we have now that we use for the band. So I've just kind of learnt to play guitar and bits of piano and bass and stuff like that off him, and yeah, kind of I developed more when I went to high school and met Ollie and took music together, and he played bass and I played guitar, and we kind of had this thing going on. And then James lives in the street from me. I could shout his name one day, he'd hear me, you know what I mean?
You can see each other basically.
Eventually he came up and he sang When the Morning Comes, which is the first song, which is like, I think it's the last song on the album. He sang that, and then that's his history. That's it. Boom.
That's every musician's dream, their dad having a studio in their garage, in a way.
I know, it's pretty good. I've been in it all day, remastering and stuff, and I looked at my phone and James like, are you ready to sing? I'm like, oh, shit.
I was practically the same as James really. I was kind of musical when I was younger, and then picked up the guitar in high school, and as I say, met Sam. We played school together and things like that, but I mainly played guitar up until about 5th or 6th year, and then when Sam and James started the band, they needed a bass guitar player, so I thought I can do it, and ever since then it's kind of just kicked off, mainly bass really.
That's every bass player story, that, isn't it? Started on guitar and moved in.
Aye,
How
definitely.
many bass players do you
Pretty
all
much.
started off just playing
Sounds
bass?
I think me, pretty much in high school as well, yeah, just started playing music, and then after school, it's the only thing I was really good at in school, to be honest, and then I went to college and studied music, got to know quite a few people there, and then just started doing bands and stuff in college, and then I was looking on Facebook and I saw them looking for a drummer, and then I just messaged them, just went upon them, and yeah, and it's been good. Yeah, when was that? It was like last summer or something? It's not been that long. Like,
My sense
not
of
even been a
time
year, I
was
don't think. I
horrendous.
can't remember, but yeah. I listened to their stuff. I think the first song I listened to was White Widow, and I just thought, I thought the production was pretty good on it. I was like, what's going on here? Usually, like, you listen to bands, it's like a wee, crappy demo, and then I was like, what? But yeah, it sounded pretty good, and then I just thought, nailed them. And we went for rehearsal, and it was, yeah, that's basically it.
Aye, because so I was in, would you say he's formed in about 2017? James and
Aye,
Sam
the
used to get together.
the first sort of stuff, and then right at the very end of 2017 we played our first wee acoustic sort of cover gig with Ollie was in as well. That was just a wee pub in Paisley.
It was just two of you then, aye?
3 of us then.
3 years
all
then,
joined
alright.
sort of
Yeah.
right at the end. But me and Sam had been sort of just in stuff in the studio, like sort of most of 2017. And then that's when we started sort of thinking we need to go live now and start actually playing
Nice
an
one,
audience.
yeah. So was it yourselves that done most of your recording, or did your dad help out, Sam?
The thing we had going on was when we were recording the album and stuff like that, James would come up on a Sunday or Monday nights, and throughout the week, me and my dad would help out stuff like that as well, with doing music kind of sorts of things and trying to figure out bits and bobs for James to then, when he did come up, after football practice or dinner or whatever, to have an idea of something that you could go, right, cool, I like this, I can sing to this, and we'd figure out lyrics there and then that night. And that was kind of the rhythm we had.
Aye. It was dead.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like sort of songs would be in like sort of the balance for like months, like because we would just jump between, because it would be like you'd go up and they'd be working on something that week, so I'd sit down, listen to it, and come up with lyrics on the spot and sing them. And so obviously it takes as time goes on, we change a lot of it, because we're like, right, that doesn't sound good after you've listened to it. Like, with White Widow, our first single, it was completely different. Like the lyrics were.
Pretty sure you showed me the first lyrics as well. You're still on your phone.
The goal was to get James to sing at least a verse and a chorus of something, even if it was crap. So we had an idea of what his voice would sound like in the song. So when we could kind of sculpt the song around it and make it, so then when he did come up with something good and solid and he could sing it and it was all good, we would record that all in one go in one night, and then that was the song done.
Nice one. So would you say that your recording process is still kind of like that, or has it changed slightly?
It's changed in the past 2 months. But, yeah, pretty much it's still the same thing. Usually we come up I think it's either two ways. James either kind of writes his own song and his acoustic guitar, and it's just him and his guitar and that kind of vibe, and then we adapt it and try and make it into a kind of full
Kardo song.
A bit something else. Or I'll come up with a kind of musical idea and logic, and James will come up and go like that, and then I'll put it on SoundCloud. We have the SoundCloud where we upload all our ideas, so they can, like, the rest of the band can listen to them and think, oh, I like that, I don't like that, what should I change, and lyrics and stuff like that. So James can listen to that and think of lyrics throughout the week, and then come on the recording night and sing what he's got in his book.
Nice one, yeah. So you're saying your first release was White Widow. Was that 2018 that came out? Yeah.
I think it was April 2018, so just over 2 years ago.
So is it, you're saying you had different lyrics to what it is now. How long were you working on that for before you got to the end product?
A year, probably about a year, I'd say.
Best part of it, could it be?
From the time it getting released.
Even I didn't know that.
Not like constant, wasn't like not like a year.
I forgot it was about a year.
Every week sort of thing, but
that's one of the longest songs.
eventually.
It took so long to make that song because it's the biggest. I think it's something like, I don't know how many tracks it is, but at the time it was crazy because it was the kind of second song that I'd made that had harness of stuff in it. So it was so technical and I wasn't that confident in stuff yet. So it took about a year to make that song the way we really wanted to do. There was so many different versions of it. I mean, like 80 different versions of that song, probably more.
Yeah, that can sit and play in your head, with the amount of tracks or the version that you want to bring it out. You got to finalise it and properly produce it to the best way you're wanting it.
I think that as well.
I remember the solo, the guitar solo at the end. There was, it was like 3 weeks of doing a slightly different one, and then listening to it all week and going, no, I don't like that, and doing it again and again. It was
trial and error.
Yeah.
I think as well as that, like, you listen to it so many times, you maybe listen to it 20, 30, 40 times a night, try to get it right, and then you think, this isn't even good anymore, but it's that way, it's obviously that way. If you listen to a song repetitively, you lose interest in it. Yeah, totally.
What about thinking, wake up in the morning and realise, oh, I've done it again, I hate it.
Yeah, you can have that first thing in the morning,
It's always a fresh set of ears. That's when you realise. Right, so after White Widow came out, it was quite a quick turnaround because you brought out another 4 singles then. Did that take as long to produce them as it did first one?
No, I think was the next one after that Feel So High.
No, if you like me, come out. Next day.
Like, cause I know that we finished Feel So High first though, because that song came about when we were writing the middle age for Widow, and we had this idea like it would change key and stuff like that and become a different thing, which it kind of did. But we had this different version that kind of spawned into Feel So High, that we had that kind of that riff and that beat for quite a while. So we developed into that song. We had you came up the next week after White Widow with If You Let Me, the first verse written.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, let's do this.
Yeah, If You Let Me is a bizarre story. Like, I was going to a boy's holiday like the day before, so I came up. I had a buddy in my phone, and I came up and I went, I've got this thing. Listen to it, and it was really upbeat. Like it was like sort of like heavy drums, heavy guitar, and then I went on holiday. I lost my phone. My phone broke, so we'd have lost the song completely if I didn't come back
Oh, no way.
that day to do it. But obviously, it's changed completely because it's a slow song and it's a more sort of
Or
ballad
a
song.
ballad, aye.
And it was written completely different. And Sam just went, I like it, but I need to do this bit, and then that's obviously how it got into.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Nice one. So then you brought out, so after If You Let Me, it was Lucy Gets High, Feel So High, Run, and then you brought out a Christmas single as well.
Oh yeah.
What was your inspiration behind that then?
Inspiration behind the Christmas song.
Yeah, aye.
The Christmas song's
Christmas
actually,
time.
like I was saying, my dad, he plays piano a lot and he's always playing stuff throughout the house. Just things he come up with and all that, and he had the start to that song, but on the same chords on the piano, and I've always had it. It was always, he always played it. It was always making it in my brain. And the one that he was playing it, it was Christmassy, and he goes, "So have you had a nice Christmas?" And I was like, oh. Christmas song time. We kind of got busy working on that together, the Christmas song, and then we kind of get stuck in the kind of second verse and chorus bit. Not that there is a verse or a chorus, it's all kind of, it's kind of a weird song. But we get stuck with lyrics at one point, and we said to James, and we wrote the rest with James, and then yeah, kind of worked on that. It didn't take as long, Christmas song, it was quite quick.
The Christmas song was done. The Christmas song was done the year before. We actually released it on Spotify. I think we released it. Yeah, we released it on a SoundCloud and Facebook.
Time, and then wait till next Christmas to release it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not one you can release in July, is it?
What was that, Ollie?
Did we not play the Christmas song in the first gig?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I played it in that gig.
How was it filming that music video?
What the laugh that was,
Quite glad I wasn't in it.
experiences
You're
that I've had.
so busy as well, so you're walking to the Christmas market, but I was like, nah.
Like, me,
Too busy.
oh, I can't even talk about it, man, it's horrible. This is about in George Square, that was, I didn't know what to do, I was just going to look at about.
All of it filmed in Glasgow. I went out for the day and filmed some stuff to put together for this video. But like I said, my dad's quite heavily involved with the band. He's there. He was the camera guy for that day. Oh man,
Cameraman.
Jesus.
Every single thing, man.
Videos we had that he wasn't recording and he was recording. We were like, oh!
There was one bit I was walking down Buchanan Street and it was packed. It was Christmas time, so it's
That was a good
shocker.
shot.
And I'm mouthing the words to the song, like all this music video thing. Mate, they get back to the house, we got to look at all the footage. It's not there. we had to hit record, so we lost that whole section. So we had to work with what we had.
We just
Oh,
we
man.
just had to get the whole video together, but nothing more. It was just quite lucky, to be honest.
Oh. No, but it's a real, to be fair, you're saying that you didn't like it, but I didn't like doing it, but I think it's a really good music video, to be fair to you.
No,
it's sounded good.
like, see, when we were filming it, like, there was like, songs going on in the background, like Christmas carols and stuff, and we are right in the middle of George Square singing this song, and we're just walking past us. I'm what about, what am I doing here?
So then at the back of that, you brought out your album with 5 of the previous singles making it to the album. So was there any of the songs you were sitting on for a while before you was brought out on the album, or?
So basically, When the Morning Comes, the first song, as we spoke about earlier, I mean that was like start of 2017 maybe. That song was recorded.
Yeah,
It wasn't really touched much.
We had this before any of them, because the reason I recorded that and I sang it is because you weren't coming up to sing it, so I was like, I'll just do it. And then the next one was when you came up, so we had When the Morning Comes, and we just come up with another 5 songs.
Mm.
We dropped a couple as well. We dropped a song that we had on SoundCloud that was going to go on, and then when it came to like putting the album together, we're like, this really isn't good enough. So I was like, I don't like this song. So we dropped that, and then we dropped Let's Go, which is one of our later singles, because it didn't have any vocal on it at the time. It was just like the full production, and when we actually went back to looking at it, there only has one wee small segment of like a verse. And that's all it turned out that it needed, but at the time we just didn't have that like in the locker, so when we revisited it worked, but at the time of the album it wasn't there. So we thought 10, I think it's 10 songs on the album. We thought that's
10 songs.
For a start.
Got an interesting story behind Let's Go. So we were doing a gig for visuals for a band, and we used one of those songs. We used Let's Go for the song for a walkout. So we had visuals going behind it, and Declan didn't even tell me that it was you guys. I thought it was some popular band. I thought it was a well-known band. Like, honestly, even with the amount of, like, it's not got much vocals in it. But honestly, I thought it was like a well-known band.
It's that kind of like Kasabian-y.
Yeah,
it's the Blade Runner bit as well.
Aye.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
No, it's a tune, guys. It's a really good song.
Yes.
So then at the back of the album, you brought out a cover single of Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Aye.
What brought you on to do that then?
I want to know this.
Sam, it's your idea for Hit Me Baby One More Time, isn't it?
I think we all came up with the idea together.
Most listened to song.
He's a Britney Spears super fan, that's it.
But anyway, after every night we come to record, we'd always do doing covers together. If we ever kind of got the chance to go and do sing some songs at a pub, or like a beer garden or something like that. So we had some songs to play, and we enjoyed it, playing songs together and singing together. And that was one we kind of started doing more and got quite good at. Trying to start a version of it. I don't know when done it when Jaws were big.
A year ago.
And it was really good. So, let's try that, and we kind of got into the vibe with it, and had this idea of doing a wee video that was almost video. We thought, we've got this good camera, like a video of what do you call it? A live session, you know how you get like the Triple J.
Ah, yeah, and the BBC sort of live lunch and that, yeah.
Yeah.
Live, yeah, let's pretend, but just do it in the garage. Kind of the camera. So it takes. That was that, and turns out it's one of our top song now on Spotify, which is kind of annoying.
Still don't get it. Why
It's an American playlist for like Britney Spears covers.
Yeah,
I don't know what it must be.
It's like it's the top cities for it is like it's like America, and then it's like Hong Kong and stuff like that. Who do these people listen to this?
So you get a wee world tour then.
Just in that song.
Just in that song to get
Tribute band.
Aye.
No, but that's the thing, yeah, it's like when I first seen that he's done Hit Me Baby One More Time, I was thinking this is going to be like an exact sort of replica of the track, but it's completely stripped back. Like it's completely bare, but it's brilliant. It's a brilliant cover of it, I think. So then, once you got over your Britney Spears fandom, you've released Until the End as a single, which I feel there's sort of like a Calvin Harris vibe to it almost. would you agree with that? Have you taken influence from him in any way?
Until the end was different. Until the kind of like the idea that If You Let Me was a kind of a best well-known song. So we kind of like the idea of doing something a bit more acoustic-y and slow like that. And then we really like the Codeline album, the one, the kind of the first album, the one with Perfect World on it and stuff like that. So we thought do something sound a bit like that as well. And then kind of like other stuff. And I kept changing it and changing it and changing it until it kind of became what it is.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like a Lewis Capaldi comeback song right now.
His one upbeat song, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes it gets a bit lost. It's not a new single and it's not part of the album. It's just kind of, but
yeah, it was one of the ones like when we first did it. It was just I think it was like 2 or 3 acoustic guitars just singing. That's like the recording I've got on my phone. Like when we wrote it, is really acoustic, and then it just took this sort of electronic sort of vibe because obviously like a lot of the big like Tame Impala and 1975 and all that have got this sort of electronic sound to them, and they're succeeding, and it's music that we listen to. So
it doesn't seem to be a new.
Yeah, we're still sort of starting out. Although we've been together for like 3 years, we're still experimenting with a lot of different music tastes and genres of what we're going to go for. So that was a part of that. And at the time when we released it, I wasn't that into it, and then I'm listening to it again now, and I like it. So I don't know.
Is that kind of echoey vocal sound that 1975 have that I really liked? I was trying to go for it. That track, until then, I think at the time it was the biggest track we've ever done. It was like 60 odd vocal tracks just for the O's at the end and stuff like that. It was ginormous.
Couldn't put it better myself. So then at the back of that, you've brought out a track, Private Show, which could say is possibly your heaviest track that you brought out, would you say?
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt.
So what would you say that influenced sort of the change of genre almost of what you've done so far? What was the switch almost?
Well, it was we kept doing Keys covers when we were doing live stuff, and we done it kind of got a lot of good feedback from it. Everyone seems to like our version of it, and we were pretty good at doing it. Like songs like this, quite fast, energetic punk rock kind of stuff, even though that's not what we thought on, so we could do more of it because we enjoy it. I remember just going, I like a Bailey Gun Dance Floor, let's do that. 2 months later we had Private Show.
Nice
that was one of the quickest like turnovers of a song. Like I think it was kind of had it down and we're like, aye, that's it. like a lot of the ones we mess about with, but that was one we just kind of went, it is good as it is. I don't think we could do that any better.
So would you say that's frustrating then when you can write a song like that and it only takes about 2 months, when you look in comparison to other tracks that are taking you like almost a year to complete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Private Show and it's great as what it is, but it doesn't have the same satisfaction when we do something that takes a long time and sounds the way it does. And it just
definitely the fun to play. When you're playing it, it's brilliant, but like when you listen to it, it's like, does that really sound like what we want to sound like, kind of thing?
Right.
But it's definitely when you're like, what was this rapid tonight?
Even like when you do those tracks that have a lot in them though, because some of them we've never played live, so like until the end I don't think we've ever done live all together because there's so much going on, so to try and replicate it is quite hard. Whereas like Private Show, it's quite easy to do live because it's just like what we have on stage, so there's like nothing behind it, so it's easier in that sense. But yeah.
So at the back of Private Show, he's brought out Fandango, which I think I said at the time, it sounds like it could be on the FIFA soundtrack.
Definitely.
That's the goals.
That's how you need.
That's how you make it.
I remember having them. It's kind of like it was that kind of gap between having the album and then kind of had this bit of a year just kind of making songs. They were all made at the same time. They were overlapped at some point. We always started a song before we finished another one. We're like, oh, let's finish this one first, then go back and do this. So it was kind of, one's done, on to the next. But it took a while. But yeah, Fandango was different. That was the same vibe, to be honest, as type of show. We liked Arctic Monkeys, but we started doing, what do you call it, when the sun goes down live, and we enjoyed the kind of aspect of that, and kind of thought we should probably do the last like that, like Arctic Monkeys, kind of have it a bit more Kardo way up. So we kind of Fandango was the outcome of that thought process.
I think that's my favourite one to play live. I think it's the funnest because it's got that kind of upbeat. You
have your wee side step going.
I'd be automatic. All these upcoming like places in Glasgow, the stages are quite small, so you don't get that much movement. But as soon as that one comes on, it's how you shake. It's a wee bit of presence about it, and I think it just comes natural with the riff and stuff like that at the start. Just that, it's my favourite to play live, I think.
Yeah.
Would you say that's your sort of aim, to record and release tracks like that you feel like it'll get people going, like you feel like when you're playing them you want to get moving?
Aye.
Aye.
We sort of vibe off a live show, so like
Off the crowd.
when it's people that know our music, like, so I feel like me and stuff like that goes well because people sing it back. But if you're playing to like sort of unfamiliar or fan base, like, they're not going to be singing the words, but at least if they feel like the sort of beat of the song and enjoy that, then it will still get a bit of atmosphere out of them.
Nice one, yeah.
It's an underrated statement, to be fair, going for the funky bass line, like to just get folk moving and stuff. Because like when you're sitting, I don't want to. Obviously, acoustic stuff is really good and everything, but when you do have a full band just giving their all and then just going for it, you can get the crowd just going, eh?
I think that's what every musician wants, though, is the crowd just going mental for their songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Main goal for most of the songs that we do is just to get folk wanting to move, wanting to dance. Otherwise, it's kind of
It's nothing worse than playing a gig when folk are just standing watching you.
Exactly.
Nothing worse.
It's the same
You
as
look
when
down
you
and
go to
folk
a
are
gig
just
as
kind of looking you straight in the eye. You think you're not having fun, you know?
You can see them zoning out.
you want to be standing about, you want to be jumping about, so the music better be good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice one. So then, at the back of that, you were saying it was Let's Go that you released, but you said that you dropped that off the album. So if you just want to go into more detail about why it never made the album and then why it took you so long to release it at the back of that.
Let's Go was it was a jam, to be honest. Me and my dad were in the garage one night, and these jams where he would play the drums and I'll put the bass on and my distortion pedal through it, and we'll just play like kind of Royal Blood stuff, like really loud. And I remember I kind of came up with that riff, the he was doing the drums like that. We're like, that's quite good, so I recorded that. So we recorded that really quickly, and that was just kind of sat there for a bit, and then we kind of developed. One day I came in from like a night out, and he was sitting in the garage, and I was steaming, and he's like, that's not put that on it. And I was like, yes, that's good. Again, probably a bit. And I remember I came in, and I was like, this is really cool. And I can't fit any lyrics in it because it's too weird. So I thought I'll put a sample on it. Like it won't be a Kardo song. It'll be like a cool side project thing that I'll do. I'll put a sample on it, and I was like, oh, well, if I could sample anything, what would I sample? Blade Runner, because it's really cool. No one else, like that's chosen them, and they were like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's Blade Runner." Anyway, sampled that, and it's kind of became something we all know quite well. That scene in Blade Runner, even if you haven't seen the movie, Ollie, but But yeah, we finished without the lyric bit in it, and we had it for the album, and we kind of thought, do we want to put it on the album without lyrics? Is it fit? And it was like the list it just didn't fit in, and then when we released Let's Go last year, James came up with the lyrics for it, and that was that.
Because this is right from the start of the Blade Runner movie that it's the samples from, eh?
It's the introduction bit where the Leon's getting interrogated and questioned by the guy to see if he's a replicant. I'm a pure geek.
That's right.
I've not seen the movie, but I know that whole bit off by heart.
It's a good movie, man.
I've got absolute nightmares from that movie. I had to do it for my higher media project, and it's the amount of times I watched that gives me nightmares, man.
Declan, did we have the scenes off the walkout in that for one of the bands? Was scenes from it on that?
I think we did actually. Yeah, included in the bit of that.
We'll show you that after it, but we've got the whole song Let's Go, and I think there is scenes of a Blade Runner train spotting. It's a good wee, I don't know, like especially with the Scottish effect of the train spotting, it actually goes really well, and we got the crowd going and stuff when we're at the gig. Yeah, it was really good.
See that's the music video.
Totally.
Right, so just move on to live next then. So you were a three-piece for quite a while, minus a drum setup. Do you want to just talk about what your sort of your routine was for live gigs and that?
Complicated one.
Our routine for live gigs was the biggest wing I've ever. We literally would be like 10 minutes when going on stage, and we had like this pause play on the iPhone, and we had like all the backing tracks without the guitar, the vocals, stuff like that, obviously, because we were using them, but we didn't have a drum set or the synth. So like 5-10 minutes before going on stage, I would just pull an order on this and just go right and just show them it, and that was it. It's up to us if there's any,
before we go on.
if there's any mistakes, then it's up to us because we can't blame anybody else.
No, I get the blame, so.
We play in the studio, practicing with the backing track, and then like, halfway through the song, it'd like jump or something like that, and you wouldn't know where you were. And I kept on thinking, this could happen at a gig.
But it was an old iPod. It was like a wee. When people still had iPods, this touch screen, and what do you call it? It was like a free app for doing jingles on, like we.
I don't even know this one.
Upload everything into this app, and then you could
go
to it was really simple to pause and play and like switch between them. So it was ideal for James to just have it next to him and go like that, nope, and that was it. Boom, song's on or whatever, or stop and go back. So it was that easy. It was just a backing track from iPod. And then what I would do is I would take it with what you call it, obviously from the song on Logic. I would take out James and the bass and the guitars and the backing vocals, and just leave all the synths and drums in, and so it would be on the MP3 and iPod, and that was it. I just put a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then away we go. But yeah, it was quite dodgy because James, if you stood in a wire, that was it.
What was funny about like gigging with that is everyone would be like, oh, you're really good, but you don't have a drummer, so it doesn't quite look right. Yeah. But at the same time, they'd be like, oh, we're really jealous because your drummer can't make a mistake.
Pros and cons.
Look about weird. Sure. I remember that played in the Priory, that wee underground punky rock and roll sweaty.
That was fantastic, man. Absolutely.
We went in and we were like, oh, it was one of our first gigs.
It was our first gig in Glasgow.
First
Yeah,
gig
It was the supporting boys that we know for here.
was another band from Barhead that we were supporting called Slouch. And they're quite rock and roll, kind of Blossomsy vibe, but a bit, you know, they've got 6 people in their bands, or they did at that time, did they? Was it 6?
Yeah,
Yeah,
6 at the time, yeah, I did 5 now.
And there was this other band, and they were rock and roll three-piece that was all just kind of quite heavy, and then we went on and played Run, you know what I mean? With no drummer and a backing track, and it was all happy and athletic and stuff like that, and folk are like, what's going on here? So
There was
2 microphones and no monitors, remember?
there was no flow monitors, so we couldn't even hear the backing track properly, and it was just because it's made for that sort of grungy rock Glasgow punk vibe.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that night when we done Feel So High, and that is the best I've ever heard Feel So High sound ever. It just sounds amazing. Like singing that I'm like, that sounds brilliant. But anyway, yeah, it wasn't right not having a drummer. You needed one at some point anyway.
Yeah, we said we wouldn't. We said we couldn't play King Tut's until we had a drummer. That was
Agreement.
the
Start the rule.
We're like, we're not, but we're just not doing it.
Although saying that, he's done quite a lot of gigs as a 3-piece. He's got a bit of it in
Yeah, I think
Record Factory was a hangout, wasn't it? We always enjoyed that Kardo gig, so we were back there quite a few times, and I travelled about a wee bit. I think Dundee gig as well, and the one we did with you, we did with Declan's old band, Between the Lines as well. Did at the old Hairdressers as well. So.
because that was at the old Hairdressers. That was the first time I had heard yous, and because I mind we'd gone for something deep, so I think we'd missed like the first 2 songs of your set, and we were coming back up the stairs, and we were like, fucking hell, that drummer's alright. And we came up and we were like, where the fuck is it? No, but we were half expecting that gig to be dead that night, and then you brought in a fair few numbers that night, like. It was a good night, that.
Better than the Dundee track. That was not ideal.
So would you say?
It's weird that, it's weird how you can get, like, if you're away from home or whatever, away from like your local fans and stuff, and then you outdo the home band when you're supporting them.
Yeah.
And it's just
Very
it's a
quick,
crazy
because it was-
concept.
Because it was our first gig outside of Glasgow, I was thinking this could go either one or 2 ways. It could go really, really well and everyone loves us, or everyone just stands and looks at us like, and it was the second one, everyone just looked at us.
It was just, it wasn't even that, it was just it was Dundee on a Sunday night. No, was that Sunday night?
It was a Sunday night.
Sunday night. Dundee on a Sunday night, we were
Crazy.
busts, to say the least, I think. We did that one.
like half
Sam
7.
forgot to tell me.
Yeah. It was obviously it's a 2-hour whatever journey it is for Glasgow up to Dundee as well. So we're travelling up in the one car with all the stuff in it. Staying at a hotel in Dundee, and on a Sunday night when I gig, it wasn't the glamorous of occasions, but
One of my pals stays in Dundee, and after that we went out to his flat, met up with him, and drank the full night, which was eventful.
Standard Dundee night out then,
yeah.
Yeah, get messy ones up there, like.
No, that's the thing. I don't think it helped that it was a Sunday night. It was also Paddy's Day at the Union, and that was sold out. So I mean, like, could have been planned a wee bit better, but I mean, it was no bad night.
Bit of competition.
nonetheless.
We could have just had us on at the Union, that would have done.
Exactly. But aye, so then after you'd done quite a fair few gigs as a 3-piece, obviously Courtney got in touch saying after you'd posted saying you were looking for a drummer, would you say that was a missing piece of the puzzle then?
Yeah.
Well, I remember going and you were saying that you needed a few people, didn't you? You were rehearsed like jam bands.
Yeah, we had a few in before. We had Courtney was the last tryout we had to have someone in, And it's weird because we'd never practiced with a drummer before, so we'd never
I
had...
remember that because I came in and you were like, "Whoa, it's so loud in here," because like
Aye.
you were used to playing like a backing track, and I was like, "It's actual drums." So it's weird.
Courtney must be the hardest hitting drummer in Scotland, I think.
Everyone says that. I love it.
We're playing in this wee garage about a couple of steps away, getting our eardrums blown off.
Don't get a quiet drummer. It's not a thing.
But I think for the other 2 or 3 guys that came in before Courtney to play with us, it was good. It was all right, but it wasn't as. I mean, Courtney was without a shadow of a doubt the best drummer that came in and the loudest.
Yeah.
He's pointing no plugs in one ear. She was on, so we could still hear after a practice session. But it was strange. We had to get used to playing as a 4-piece.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we'd never done that before, and it was a different layout. We had to kind of get everything sounding as good as it sounded with fake drums, you know what I mean? Which is quite difficult compared to perfect drums, you know what I mean? But I think we did alright.
No. I think when we were doing rehearsal with Courtney, I burst out laughing at how good she was.
So did I.
Like, I just I wasn't expecting it, and it was just like it was so loud and it was right on the beat. I think it was Tuesday High, which isn't the easiest. And I just burst out laughing. I was like, what? I was like, she's so good.
Sam was like that. Everything like so high. Don't worry if you can't do it first time. He's like, yeah, that's fine. First time, nails it. Absolutely nails it. I told it to Sam. Couldn't stop laughing. She steals all the show as well. But end every gig, all our families like that going, Courtney's so good in it. I'm like, oh, cheers. Cheers.
You're alright.
Next level.
Feeling the thunder.
I suppose when you've got an actual drummer, sound check and load-in takes about half an hour longer. So,
Remember that time at Kind Tots? Like, we went in, there was like no mics or anything, and like the drum kit wasn't set up. I had to set up someone else's drum kit. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I don't even know where they were, but it was just a nightmare.
Our first time playing.
Just don't care. You're like, oh man, you know what I mean? We're all playing the same night. Come on.
Aye.
That was difficult that first night. I think what were you the other band's drum kit, and then they didn't have a drum kit until like, an hour.
And I got left to set it up. I was like,
Turned up for like
they
half
just
an hour before doors.
Yeah, it was like. It was our first time playing Tuts, so we were obviously buzzing, a bit nervous, like, because it's obviously got a big name, and we walked in and like, the setup that was poor. I think they were all steaming the night before. I think the band that was meant to be headlining it, but when they came in, we'd sold the most tickets, so we ended up getting the turnaround and we were headlining King Tuts on our first time there, which is a bit unexpected.
Because the lineup got shifted about.
We were thinking maybe on about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and it turned out we were on about 10 past 11 or something like that. So all our pals get an extra couple of hours in the pub.
Well, at least still enjoy the music.
It was a brilliant night.
It was good, aye.
So then at the back of that, was that when you done the mic'd up for Sky TV?
Would have been, yeah.
So what was that like then?
Or after, that was like November, wasn't it? Something like that?
I think it was maybe a month later, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we had to film it before, didn't we?
Yeah, it's another bizarre experience.
Yeah, that was.
Sam's like pal from work, like messaged him going, I can maybe get you on Sky TV this weekend, and we're like, what? I'm like, Cannabis Soccer AM. I'm like, Cannabis Soccer AM. I'm at the back door practicing my volleys, but I'm like, Cannabis Soccer AM. And he's like that. Oh, he knows a guy that fights MMA and like that. Maybe it'll be a walkout tune or something like that. And then it turns out, no, we're actually going to be on the telly in this live lounge sort of thing. So it was good. It was a drive down to Preston on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh man.
Try
The road trip.
try to find a studio in the
Oh,
middle. I
couldn't
think it
get
was-
in.
The thing
You
was,
don't know, imagine.
I had just had my tonsils taken out.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's like days before it.
and then I woke up the next day and the guy texted me, by the way, if you want to be on this TV thing, I need to know now because it's on Sunday. And this was Friday morning. I'm like, this Sunday? He's like, aye. I'm like, I will do it, Like, cool, need to go to Preston. I'm like, what? I'm dying. I've just had surgery in my mouth. I can't do it. If you can't talk, can't do anything. You're like, and so then I powered through and got through it, yeah, but it was definitely a stressful day.
Oh,
Not
what an
being able-
experience.
Yeah,
not being able
like,
to shut up.
It's so funny.
But like when we did the interview originally, like at the start, he was like, right, introduce yourself, guys. So I introduced myself, got to Sam, and he had a bit of paper that said, "Hi, I'm Sam." And then he was like, for the record, by the way, Sam's just had his tonsils out, so he can't speak. But when it got to TV, that bit wasn't in it. So
Aye.
Sam
you just cut that out.
Oh, wow.
It aired in February, and we'll get messages for our pals like, why is he no speaking? Oh no, because it was like, they did like a practice interview because you obviously need to test your levels and all that, and in the
Yeah.
practice interview we were like, oh, he's just had his tonsils out, so he's got to write down this bit of paper, but obviously that was missing, so he just looks like an idiot.
No, because I remember I was watching it and I was thinking, did they not have enough microphones? Like, what's happening? Like,
Well, did you know?
I didn't even care.
Saying that I wasn't mental.
looked like a psycho, man. Hi, I'm Sam.
We were standing, we had a mic as well, like when we were doing the live version, he had a mic in front of him as well. Just looked so stupid.
Because I think they were like, oh, Sam, you can mime if you want. And we were like, I don't know what they said. They said something like Sam could pretend to like mime and you could like edit it to look like he was singing. I can't
Yeah,
remember what they said, but it was just like that.
but that just didn't happen anyway. We just,
No, just wasn't.
but no, it was although it doesn't sound like a great experience, it was actually brilliant, and to see it, like to look back and like when it aired in February, we were like, oh, this is class. We're
On the telly.
you know, on the telly.
As you'd all be.
That's a good thing for the CV, that, wasn't it?
Aye.
Yeah, definitely.
Filmed off Sky TV. We go,
So that came out in the February, but in the January he's played at King Tut's sort of New Year nights. How did that come about?
Oh, yeah. That was good, man. Someone else talk. Ollie, you say something.
When we played the first time, one of the guys came up to us like, we'll definitely keep in touch about future gigs, and it was really easy. Just fast after, it was about a fortnight after that, he said he was doing this like New Year's resolution thing. It was coming from like all of January basically, and he would ask if we played one of the first shows, and they're like, yeah, definitely jump at the chance kind of thing. And it was a weird gig because there was a lot of people there, but like it was different from the first one, I think. So there was different bands. And was that at the time of the drum kit though? Something about the drum kit again that time.
Times there was
What?
some incidents and some.
Just went completely tits up, man.
we played that night with Beta Waves. who-
Oh, yeah.
who are
Oh, aye,
pretty,
of
they're
course, of
doing
course.
pretty well. They're a two-piece,
Yeah.
like they're like electronic, like keyboards. So their setup was mad. So they obviously
They
didn't have a
took
drummer.
like a week at least just to set up.
They didn't have a drummer, but they had like the keyboards and him on the guitar and all these wires, just hundreds and hundreds of wires and a full desk thing. So the turnover of us, I think we were second last on, so it was us and them. So our turnover was like 50, I think you get 15 minutes to turn over, but by the time you get all your stuff off and got all that stuff on, we had to clean a drum kit, get all the leads. I think we had the keyboard that night as well because we played. I think we played
Yeah.
Let's Go that night.
Yeah,
So we had the
Aye,
keyboard
And the
as
intro
well.
for White Widow, I think we changed up when
Yeah,
Sam did
and then-
it as
We
well.
changed that as well. But that was crazy as well because they obviously sold more tickets than us. I think we sold like 50 or something like that. But that for 3rd of January is not bad because if they
Yeah.
skint and bust with the
Man,
year. But Beta Waves sold more than that as well, and I think Band Bond before us sold about 40. So it was a packed house still, and people that didn't necessarily know us, like who we were before that night, but seemed to enjoy it anyway. So it was good seeing that sort of feedback of people that aren't just your pals.
You always want that in the back of a support gig, though. Eh? There's nothing better.
Yeah, definitely.
So then, obviously, everything's gone a bit tits up the roof. It's a strange time, but
Yeah.
you guys are still doing what you do best and bringing out music. You just brought out your Honey EP. You've got to talk a wee bit about that.
Yeah, that was kind of off the back of the last few singles. We had Things Now Be the Same, which is the same title as the album. Evidently, it's kind of like the lost track that wasn't on it. I came up with that guitar riff.
It was old, isn't it?
It's proper old, man. Yeah, I never touched it for ages, and then it was one of those nights I kind of got bored and opened up an old file and it was there. I was like, oh yeah, this is class, like this riff, and then kind of came up with it. But it was sitting there for ages and we had it pretty much done apart from the bit where the singing solo comes in. It was a middle eighth of a guitar with no lyrics.
Yeah, because
that for months, man, it was just, and we kind of kept going, oh, we need to finish that. We need to write something for that song and get that out. I love it. And nothing was working. James came up a few nights and we were trying to write stuff and it was just proper like,
we had like the lyrics down, but it was just so weird singing it. I was like, this just doesn't sound good, and well, we need to think of something else. And the song "Kids" by MGMT's got that sort of mad middle eighth in it, and Sam liked that and thought, I'm gonna try my rip that off, but do it a bit different. So he did that, and obviously people are bored in the house and hungry for new music, and we had some stuff ready to go. So we're like, let's just get it done, get it out there. Obviously, me, Ollie, and Courtney are in our own houses, but Scott and Sam are always working,
always
on the chat.
Always.
We had, for Honey, we had the full vocal done before lockdown started. So it was kind of like, we could wait to get, we had ideas to have James sing more stuff at the end and different various things, and we've just thought, we don't know how long it's going to be and we want to release something now, otherwise we have enough for a long time. So we just kind of powered through what we had and came up with what it is, which I'm mega pleased with. It's so different from anything else and so fresh. I was just brilliant. I listened to the full album last night. I don't know why. Every song. Up to like 3 in the morning and I realised I was like, I need to go to bed, man. Listening to everything and how everything's changed.
Yeah, the EP sounds totally different to the album, I think. Like, they're all...
That was my first thought when I heard this. Like, the EP sounds so different, but not in a bad way or anything. Like, just like the approach you take to it. It's kind of similar to, especially Honey. It's a lot like the 1975.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, it suits your style.
I think again with Ollie, I'm talking all the time to you.
I think I'm speaking for all of us when I say like that kind of sound is the sound that one, the most people comfortable with, and two, what people like mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the guitar sound and things like that, I think it just works really well with us. So I think that's the sound that can use.
I think as well with like in 1975, when they started out, I was always like, I don't like them. Like they're no my thing. And then like the last sort of 2-3 years, I'm like, this is like my favourite one. It's like my favourite band now. Like, I've seen them in January, February. I can't remember when they were here. Maybe March. I don't know. They were in the house.
1st of March, yeah, because I was there as well. Because remember you were saying you were late. We were bossed, to be honest. We were all hungover. But they've got that sort of like that Love Me by the 1975. Like that sort of fresh, bright sort of guitar sound, and I would just sort of come up with that. And I didn't think that a lot of my friends that have said, we really like that song, is like the last people I thought were going to like it. I thought they'd be like, that's a lot of people love like Fandango and On It and Stuck in the 90s and stuff like that. The sort of heavier stuff. And
are the ones that have turned around and say they like that as well. And I think I think people, because we're starting out and we are still experimenting with stuff, it's all stuff that we like listening to rather than thinking we need to have this sound and only that sound, like to establish yourself as a band. Whereas if you do a bit of everything, then you get everyone interested. You
get everyone, yeah.
I suppose that's a bit
as well. I think as well with that, especially with Honey, I don't know why, but I don't know if you've listened to Tame Impala's new album. Well, it's recently new. It's like The Slow Rush. It's like a lot of when it comes to synths and electric stuff as well. It's based off of that as well, and it combines so well. Yeah. I think
it was the idea for Honey. It was James, like you said there, really got into 1995, and he kept coming up and going, "Oh, can we do something like this? I want to do something."
Yeah.
Because at that time it was all kind of blown up, that kind of 80s sounding pop alternative thing.
Yeah.
That was the I was going for. We kind of had the guitar riff down, and that was that done, and I was like, cool, that's cool. We need something else. We need to kind of David Bowie it up. So we kind of, the lyrics were next, and it was, put on your red shoes, dance the blues, David Bowie, all that kind of stuff. And then the synth, which is kind of 80s-esque, stuff like that, the drums. But then it was also, the Harry Styles album came out just not long ago.
Brilliant album.
I know, that's amazing.
The sound of that is everything I want. The vocal sounds, everything is just what I kind of really want to do.
Totally, man.
So that's where the kind of chorus comes in. The chorus changes into that kind of Harry Styles-esque Watermelon Sugar, sunny pop vibe, and the blend works.
Totally. That's what everyone wants to hear nowadays, I think. Like, it's growing over time so quickly as well.
I know, if you told me 5 years ago, it would be the music of Harry Styles and Britney Spears and stuff like that in 1975, I'd have told you where to go, but totally, man. I think that sort of music taste change and all that
has grown on people.
So then the last track on the EP is a cover, Someday. Like again, with your Hit Me Baby One More Time cover, it's completely stripped back, like not similar to the original at all. Is this like your sort of take on the song, like how you interpret it when you listen to it?
Sam did this. It's Sam singing on that, so it's no way. My dad had to phone me. My dad had to phone me and check if it was me singing. My mum didn't realise until I said, "Here,
stop.
That's no me, by the way." But he did it ages and ages ago. I raved about it. Like it was on SoundCloud, and I was like, I love this. I was like, I love this one. This is so good. And I played it to so many people. It'd be like in a gaff at like all time, like 4 or 5 in the morning, just like that. Here, listen to this. Putting this version on, and when we were getting to like, we had like obviously Honey and Things Will Never Be the Same down. And initially we were thinking, it's similar until the end, should we add that to the EP? But that was released, a year ago. So we thought that looks really lazy. We need to give people something new. And that's, so,
that can always be the finishing touch,
yeah. That was days before it was released, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not long before.
It was...
I always have those last minute thoughts.
It was either like we can wait, we can write a new song in lockdown and wait until James can come up and sing it, and that might take months. Or we can, I know I've done this, we can put it on, and then that can be that, and we can listen to P in the next week. But I can have to do my wee thing of like, well, I have done it, but I've done it in like 2 nights a year ago. I want to do it again and make it really good this time. So I spent a wee bit of time doing that just a few weeks ago, and then that's that.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
No, but it was when I first heard it. I didn't know if it was going to be a cover or not. But it was when I first heard it, I was kind of blown away. But I was expecting it to be build up a bit and be like sort of like your other tracks, like sort of more upbeat, but like that was brilliant. Like I loved it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Actually,
Cheers.
there's actually one more thing I want to go over with the EP and stuff. Where did the inspiration for the artwork come from?
Oh,
Uh, yeah, it was my dad. He has this app on his phone called Pixlar or something. It's this shitty wee free app on his phone.
Yeah.
You love a free app, Sam.
we don't pay for nothing. Yeah, man, we don't pay for that thing.
And he's always taking photos of things and then putting the word Kardo on it and going, look at this. And I'm like,
Everybody's like every hour.
I'm like,
Some scary shit.
usually use that kind of stuff for the wee covers on our SoundCloud for ideas and stuff like that, which kind of put it up to see what it looks like. But he kind of got this idea in his head of combining the themes of the songs, like a heart with the bee like honey and a person and things like that. And if you look on the actual
Big cartel page.
once he kind of sent me this image, he took a photo of me, he had me stand over there in my room. He's like, stand there, don't move. I'm like, okay. So I was like, I stood there. He went away,
Fuck you up.
put like a heart over it and a wasp over it, and I think something else, but I forget. And he was like, look at this, and I hated it. I was just like, that's the worst thing ever. I hate it so much. It did look a wee different, but it's what I spent the next week and a half whilst doing the songs and stuff, trying to come up with another artwork that was either just as good that everyone liked, or totally different, but they kind of always kept going, no, I prefer that one. So I kind of developed, I can edit that wee bit, I cut it about and added different effects and stuff with depth and all the different colours and all that stuff. And then if you look, the really, really faint different images in it, hidden in different bits. So it's quite cool to look at now. Every time I look at it, there's a different wee thing in it that I've had.
It's the first thing that like drew my eye to it, just the concept, the idea. Where it's like, where'd they pull that from? Like it's just I know it's relating to the songs as well, where you got the bee with the honey and stuff like that. But it's well put together.
Yeah, I'm quite. It's weird saying that I hated it because now I love it. But I remember him go. He was really excited about it. He was like, "Look at this! Look at that for an idea." I was like, "No chance."
That's one of the hardest things, and it's probably one of the most irrelevant things because it's not the music. Like if I hit shuffle on a playlist, I'm not seeing all these album covers, but there is certain people that will go onto your page, see that and go, all right, what is this? It means nothing to me personally, but I think in my head it's irrelevant, but that might be the difference of somebody going, I might give that a wee listen to see what the relevance is, but
totally, man. That's what I thought about it.
You see it on a shelf in a shop, like you're gonna pick it up because it looks different, and that was the kind of thing I kind of thought about. If you see,
even though we don't have CDs out the shops.
Next year.
Like if you see on Spotify, an update like last month where now next to every song is a wee tiny picture in the corner, as well as the track. So I'm like, if someone's scrolling through and sees it, they might have a second glance, which is always a good thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice one. So is there anything else you want to bring up before we conclude, or he's happy?
Just make sure everyone that hears this listens to the EP.
Great artwork.
If you've got this far.
Got to plug. Bye. Nice one. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Cheers for having us.
Always a pleasure.
Some laugh, guys. I really enjoyed that, guys. Thanks for coming on.
You too.
Cheers.
Cheers.